It's been a while. It's been 17 months. And I've just done it. Yeah. Here it is. The video taking my server from 8 cores total to 32. So we're just booting up. There comes the that's the BIOS coming up, and I've given it 2 power and VGA. That's all I've given. All the discs are out, and we'll see what we boot. I can't remember what I left on it. Oh no, it is booting. And it's quietening down, which is what I will remember it doing. I don't know why it's so off-centered to the right, but it is. Oh, cloud in it. I didn't know it got cloud in it. It's going to want a network connection, or it's going to take forever. I'll plug in some networking and we'll see where we get to. Okay guys, so this is my router. It's telling me that this is the IP address. I did actually get onto it from my phone, but my phone is an absolute pain to work with. So I kind of know. No, it's not going to work now. Hang on. Oh, it is. There we go. Okay, so we're in. So we're showing 8 CPUs, sorry, 8 threads. One of them's really busy. I don't know why it's really busy. The journaling system. This is what I've been doing to it. So LSHW, so list hardware, and we're going to grep CPU like we did before. Oh, CPI, CPU. So we got Xeon 2603s in there. So E5-2603. We know it's all working, so we're going to do this in 3 steps. Step 1 will be shut this down now. And once it's down, unpower it and take out the first CPU. I'm going to look at which one's 0, which one's 1 of the 2. Take out number 1 and then boot with just one CPU in and see if that's working okay. So I identified which was CPU 1 and 2. So that's 1, that's 2. They are actually called 1 and 2. The old paste doesn't look too bad on them. It looks a bit, still looks like damp. So what I'm guessing is that when I bought this just over a year ago, they actually swapped out the processors to a lower spec one. It's just a guess, but it's an educated guess. So I will get that processor out, get it cleaned up, sit it here on the desk, and we'll have a quick look at it. And there she is, the 2603, just as the computer told us. The socket looks in good condition, looks like there's no issues there. I've taken it out really carefully. I was unaware of you have to unlock this one, then unlock that one, then lift the whole thing back, retaining mechanism. So I'm trying to leave that as it is so I don't bounce too much. Now I'm going to try and boot with just the one CPU. Let's see if it's okay. She's certainly turned on. And she's got BIOS. I'll come back to you when I get to an SSH prompt. Oh, there we go. Oh no, that's just the IMP coming back up. This is the LSI controller. It's actually built onto the board. If I actually just take you over here, so we can see it's built directly onto the board. Booting up again. This has got a light there, which I didn't have before. I think it's just sorting out that there's only one CPU. Hello, there we go. There's Ubuntu booting, and she's quietening down. Fab. I'll go back to the desktop and we'll see what it says when it's booted up. We're on. HTOP now just shows 4 cores. Just the one. We'll let it shut down and I'll come back when I put the other one in. That's the first 2660 in. Let's see if we get power. We have power. We have a BIOS. So I'll get back to you when it boots. Okie dokie, it's gone quiet. We've reached somewhere. Let's see if it's got the same IP address. It's getting quieter and quieter as it's sitting idle. We're on. We're in. HTOP shows 16 cores. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that one yet. I'm going to do the LSW. So we've got now an E5-2660 at 2.2 gigahertz. So that is a considerable update. So there we go, 16 cores. We're now going to put the other one in and get to 32 cores. So the second CPU is in, but booting it back up, it went quiet really quickly. Yeah, don't know why. It's definitely booting. It's got BIOS up and everything. It might flicker to a different screen. There we go. So it's booting the MSI controller. So the LSI controller. Okay. So we're going to get Ubuntu now from the SATA drive. We should do. We should have 32 cores. It's a different boot code. It says 92. It said 91 before. No, it's booting. I'll see you in the console when it's up. So we're back at my desktop. And let's see if it's got the same IP. It has. We're in, we're on. HTOP now shows 32 cores. Let's just grep the CPUs. E5-2660s. That has worked. I can now sort the rest of the machine out at my leisure. Starting by putting the case back together properly. There it is, turned off. See you all soon. Hello, I just thought I'd show you what I'm up to. I've been really busy with work, so there's been a bit of a lackluster time since the wall-mounted PC. But this is my IKEA built double rack table rack, server rack. This has been in the garage since we moved into the new house. Well, house now, because we've been here a year, nearly 2 years. There's one of the old Dell servers. This is the one that got the BIOS fan mod. It's coming back indoors because that's being retired and all its data is going to go on the new supermicro machine, and this is now going into my office as, you know, the rack I'm going to have under my desk. But because it's been in the garage, it's got, you can see there's a little bit of dust and grime. So this is just bleach. It's a bleach spray. It's got a little bit manky, so I'm just cleaning it up. Inside the machine is actually quite clean because they're only turned on now and again. So this is turned on by Magic Packet over the LAN, Pixie booting. I did have it on a DRAC, but in the garage I actually only had Ethernet for a short time. So the Ethernet went away and I went to fibre. So these had fibre network stuff in them, which is again gone. You can see I've taken, there's the empty, if it focuses, there's the empty slot where it was. So yeah, I didn't really use the DRAC, but I'll be using the DRAC today, and I might even show you a video of that. It's just a Dell box. It's a 2950 Model 3. So this is what I'm now just cleaning up, and I'll be cleaning up the office too. I need to empty the Hoover and go and Hoover the office and get things sorted out. So this is my Thursday evening. I just wanted to show you something else on the LAC server track. So I've stood it up. These are the casters I've put on it, and you'll see I've marked this so that it's against this left-hand edge. Now, they actually come hollow. If you pop the ends off, they're hollow, the legs. But I've put a piece of wood down each of them, so these screw onto a solid piece of wood inside, just for an extra piece of strength. They've stood up quite well to concrete, though, where I have to move it around. Now, the servers, there were 3 of them in here. They actually had an umbilical cord of power and network and that kind of stuff. So it could move around wherever I wanted. And yeah, these were, again, they're just from IKEA. They need a little bit of silicone grease on them just to clean them up, but I don't want to get that on the carpet. I won't do it here, I will do it upstairs, but it's not going to move from now on, so I could just leave them for now. But you'll see that these are just ball bearings inside. So just a little bit of grease keeps them in good nick. Damn, it doesn't want to fit. So I knew it wouldn't fit under the top, but I guesstimated that it would get past that leg, and it just doesn't. So I'm right up against a single bed down there, and yeah, the wire I can sort out, but the width I'm kind of stuck on, and I can't really go any farther right with the whole desk set up, not least because there's a lot of junk on the desk at the moment. I mean, I can move those 2 wires and maybe get an extra wire width, whatever wires they happen to be, network and DVI. There we go. So if I now push all this, I've got me ½ an inch there. If I now go this side, if I can get round it, use my, like Forrest Gump would say, my buttocks. There we go. Let's see what fit we get now. I'm gonna guess not a good one. Oh, there's a screw. Also a label. This side. Pull all this out of the way. Pull all this out of the way. That's power. That's got to stay down there. So let's now edge this out. Nope. Let's just leave you watching the struggle there. Oh, it's a tight fit, so I'm just moving the bedding up. I think that's as far as that's going to go. I'd like it to go behind that leg if it would. There's a power cable here. I thought I'd shifted them all.
gone in. It's gone to the left of that table leg. These might not be on square. Well, they seem to be on square. Yeah, they seem to be lined up just the same. So it must be that wall must be slightly skew with, because I think this is square. Damn it. Defeated for now. Okay, I've got it in by manually massaging the foot. So that's a fancy way of saying I bent it. This dust is from the bed. I've had to bang the slots across. So what we've got now is my server rack, which is a bit bigger than I thought now. Bit of a shame. I for some reason I thought they were the size of the server, and the server has sat nicely down there for months, but it's actually a bit bigger than the server. So yes. Anyway, it may only be here while I set things up and think of something slightly better. Originally, the server can go between these two bunks. So this is an IKEA daybed that comes in two halves, and you can actually get, that is a full bed base ready to go, and you can get feet, legs that separate them into bunk beds. So the top bed and the bottom bed, they can actually be bunk beds, and it's a space-saving bed for this room. And yeah, that's where the server was going to go. So I'd have to just lever up this bed, probably take out my printer shelf, which is here, lever up the bed, put the server in, wire it all up. But for ease of use, having it there is going to be far better. That's my old workstation, been recased in the Coolmaster N300 case. Love that case. But you can see by the dust in the hexagons on the front, it's picking up a lot more dust now that machine's in it, rather than what was in it, which is the wall-mounted server. So the wall-mounted server came out of that box. My old workstation went into it. This is my old workstation's box. This has got to go. This is actually full of drives right now. I'm waiting for a nice, from Sir Brent, a nice 3.5-inch SATA caddy thing to copy all those discs, that huge disc, and the 6 discs that are in there, and start to compact and sort out my data. This is DIY stuff. That's an empty ATX case that's got in the loft. They're 2 mini PCs I've been playing about with. There's a HP one and a Dell Optiplex one there. I just need to sort things out, don't I? It needs to be neater. The wife will probably not even notice that for at least a week, so whatever. And it can go back in the garage anyway, so it's not here permanently. I have already learned the lesson that it's not very practical, which is a shame. Though it could go in my bedroom. I could put it in the actual, the spare bedroom, which is through that wall. It could go in there somehow with a network cable dug through the wall. But this is Ethernet. My actual feed in is all fibre. So there's a rat's nest of cables down there as well. Just these projects, they just get on top of you until you need to get them done. I need to get this done and tidied up so the wife doesn't moan. So the plan will be this one sorted out. Now I'm going to get the process. I'm going to make sure it boots first of all. Take all the drives out. It's got a SATA in there. We did the SATA mod. So let me just show you that. Sorry about the cameras. Put you down. I literally can't get it open. There we go. So I did the SATA mod. So there's the SATA drive. That's the boot drive. And that goes all the way around and into the header over there. So this is actually quite a good server motherboard in that there are 6 SATA headers and a bootable USB header on the inside. The USB though was USB 1 and it was dirt slow to boot, so I didn't want to boot off that. And this is a JBOD motherboard, but whatever. We've got 32 gigs of RAM in here at the moment, and then the 2 4-core processors, and we have the new ones to go in. And because it's hard to hold the camera, I'll be doing this by photographs to just let you see what's going off. So we've got new thermal compound, 2 new processors, and the machine as it is. I've actually got that stuck down so that it doesn't matter if the case is on or off. So yeah, I will take all the drives out. Because it doesn't matter about the drives right now. I'm slowly learning that maybe I should leave those in before I take these out. Now the drives for these are just scratch disk drives. It's not really the drives I'm interested in. They may all come out to save energy. What the server is for is going to be parallel compiling, and that is a special one. Oh no, it's not that one. One of them is special. Which one? That one. That's the special one with the broken connector. So dropped it. So yeah, we can now get it power, get it VGA, get it booted, see what's going off. Back in a moment.